And so let's get back in and try and... This is great because we just get to enter with gold and try and get some freedoms here. Kind of like the symbiont over the contract. The contract is enticing, but it needs the right deck, and we're not really rare drafting here. I rare draft a lot on this account if we're in a format where we can expect to get 4x of a given rare or mythic. Yeah, voting is still down, so I'll just have to take your opinions in chat as you wish to offer them. Yeah, red and black rules. If I were not streaming on this account, that's exactly what I would be doing. Red and black says that they are stacking up their gold to be used on War of the Spark, and I recommend doing that. If I were not looking to entertain people with streaming drafts, that's exactly what I would be doing. But we're going to take Symbiont. I like blue-black in this format. And into a Scholar. So a couple of expensive flyers, but great ones. So we're going to take the Scholar and then try and work that from there. Okay, now I'm excited to show this to a larger view. Wow, I guess, you know, I lost a bunch of viewers leaving karaoke talk, so maybe it was karaoke talk that was keeping people around. So what I want to talk about, though, for those of you who are sticking around, this is the kind of thing the angles we work on this stream. We have 2 uncommons in the pack, and there's a print run for M19 that you can look up. If you go print... M19, right? Does that work? Is that how that works? No. Print M19. Somebody will do it. Anyway, we'll get the M19 print run up. The uncommons are in a predicted order. Not a predicted order, in a known order. So that if you look up, say, Inferno Hellion, we see that Inferno Hellion and Poison Tip Archer are next to each other in the pack, and that next to those two are Meteor Golem and Plague Mare. And the bots tend to value colorless cards higher early since they are flexible. So it's very likely that a Meteor Golem was taken out of this pack, which we can keep in mind. I don't splash too much in the format unless I'm base green. But that being said, we could take a Poison Tip Archer and potentially splash. It's a very good card, but Essence Scatter is just the nuts kind of in this format. So we're going to take the Scatter. Print run, I don't know how it was discovered per se, but I mean, at some point you notice that the uncommons are always next to each other, that there's no variety in how uncommons appear. So it was just, I mean, it's not leaked. You don't have to leak it. You just have to track the data for a couple days and then you'll get it, you know? Here we're going to take Sift over Omen Speaker. We'll wheel the Dwindle. Maybe. I'm going to take Sift. Omen Speaker is good, but Sift is an uncommon that we're not going to get as many shots at. We'll get some Omen Speakers. Marauder's Axe can be okay. We could take Serpent or Scholar. Scholar could lead us towards a white artifact deck. Marauder's Axe could be a card that... Yeah, Scatter is a very high pick in this format, I think. Yeah, paper has enough print runs that it doesn't matter, and you can't really figure it out. There's nothing to look up. Boy. So, I'm going to take... Trouble is, the Axe is like an aggro card. If we're going to play blue-black control, we don't really need to be aggro. We'll just win. We don't need to put an Axe on a 4-power flyer to win, right? But, yeah, and Justin points out, though, that if we do end up in the artifact deck, we may wish we had this Axe. And these are fairly replaceable. And this isn't even good until we have artifacts, so we may as well start with it. So I'm going to, even though this isn't great in a control deck, I'm going to take it. And if we end up blue-black, we may not end up running it. Mistcaller is rare, but not good, so we're going to send that one right along. Child of Night supports the blue-black. Swift Claw could be in blue-white, but I actually like the Oracle here. I don't mind blue-green as a baseline, and green is good at splashing as well, so the Symbiont can still be played in that context. So I'm going to take the Oracle here. Could also argue for a Spark Tongue. It's funny to draft these sets in which all 10 color pairs are trying to do something. We've been so long now on this in this reality where really the set's only trying to do 5 color pairs. But I think Oracle is correct here. We'll take Oracle and see where we go. Here's a Dwindle. I like picking up Dwindles in this type of spot. And Scholar is still don't think we're necessarily doing anything with this, so yeah, you want to take the Scholar, but I don't particularly like the Artifact deck, nor do I particularly like. If I thought the Artifact deck was one of the great decks in the format, then I'd start skewing towards it. But Dwindle's removal, so we're just going to take the removal. And here we can take a Meandering River or Disperse. Take a Field Creeper if we want to, again, at least hedge towards possible artifacts. Disperse is a strong card, though. I think I just want to take the Disperse. But man, this is good for for flexibility as well. Being able to potentially... Yeah, I'm actually going to take the River. I think with where we're headed here, I like some mana flexibility. I think we'll appreciate that. Disperse is really good, but so is Cast. This felt good to me to have set up. It's early, so we can find Disperses, and we don't want too many Disperses. Take a Plummet that we'd main deck, but Anticipate is playable, so we'll just take the... I like the Zombie, too. If we're black, the Zombie's not bad, but we don't know what our... Zombies come late. Let's just take the Anticipate. We know we're going to play the Anticipate. We don't know if we're going to play the Zombie, so that's why I made that choice. Rustwing can work in an Aura deck, but I don't like it too much otherwise. Totally Lost, again, is serviceable and blue, so I'm going to take it. Nothing great here. We might run this if we end up green. And unlikely to be in the life gain deck, but if we are, we would take the Chaplain anyway, right? Yeah, we're not doing anything with life gain, but the Chaplain with an axe is interesting if we end up white. Recollect. I like possible Recollect over really unimpressive Knight. Giganto will not be making our deck. We could take the Corrosion and call that a win con. We have Symbiont and Scholar, though, representing win cons. Was it Wolf? Yeah, I should put Thornhide Wolves. We could actually... We could be green. I should put this stuff in to at least remember what we have. All this stuff is potential right now. Yeah, I got a couple of nice raids today, thanks to Mr. Reed Duke and Professor Knox. Appreciate their raids. We had an epic match against Reed Duke. You should check his replay or ours to check that out. Druid of the Cowl is fine here, though. Psychic Corrosion... Does this wheel? Anybody? Who's been drafting a lot of M19? I can't remember if Corrosion wheels, but I think it does. Druid of the Cowl is quite playable and, in fact, quite good if we are in base blue-green, which actually looks like we might be. It does not. Okay, if it doesn't wheel, we'll take it. Open the Graves, not a great card for us here. Unfortunately, nothing really great. Totally lost. Again, this will wheel. Ugh. Maybe take a Skeleton Archer? I think we're closer. Maybe take the Foul Orchard. How about Foul Orchard, and then we look to go green, black, or green, blue, splash, Symbiont. I think I like that. Let's do that. Nothing here is particularly... The opportunity cost for taking this Orchard is pretty low. And Baloth says blue green seems to be correct. Here's an Artificer, which is the kind of thing that would get us into the artifact deck, but I think we're... This puts us nicely. We can also take Caress. That's true. I think this is our pick point, though. This is the decision point. Let's look. We are... These Highland games are not impressive, so really we're just talking about Thornhide and Oracle. But yeah, Baloth is very good. Is that Baloth? Is this a made-up magic word? I never know if it's Bay or Ba. Bay or Ba? Baloth? Baloth? Baloth. Baloth. Yeah, I think Baloth is good enough to take here over the removal. We're just deeper in green. It's not amazing, but we're pretty deep, and it seems open. And Declare Dominance is stupid, so we're in the right place. Druid, not so impressive. Don't have much flying spirits going on. We don't care about rears here. We're just going to take a flyer. Rex Sage, we'll run that main. Actually, just rather have the +3/+3. Another Wind Mage seems better. Bone to Ash has also been good in this format. I think this deck is... I would like that... I could... Oh, here's a Foul Orchard to help anyway. Great. Take this Foul Orchard over the other playable stuff. And... I don't think we're doing this. And we're not doing this. Maybe we do this. Probably not. Never doing Sovereign's Bite. Take an uncommon for Vault Progress. Uncomfortable Chill, totally playable. We got cuts to make. We're probably not playing this Recollect. And not playing that, but it's uncommon Vault Progress. We're not playing the common. Yeah, I could have taken the UB land, but we... Oh god, I thought we were done. I swear to god, I thought we were going to deck building. I was like going to figure out what to cut from here or whatever. Great. I think our deck is fine. Oh look, we could have double phantomed. That's too bad. Yeah, I was trying to get that out. We're probably also not playing this against... The Axe just isn't how we're going to win this one. We don't need the river either. Why do we want the Neonate? What's exciting about the Neonate for us here, D's? Do we have life gain combos? I don't want to splash a Neonate. Divination looks good. Fell Spectre, maybe splashable, but Declare Dominance. Do we want two of these? I mean, that's just amazing. We'll take the second Dom. I'm going to be greedy. That's also more fun to cast. Oh, speaking of fun to cast. Yeah, we'll take this. We'll take that right there. Take that. Take that right there. We got the tools for the Majesty. Should we do that? Here's a Basilisk, though. That's another one I don't... Bay or Ba? Basilisk? Basilisk. 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 I think we have the tools to Majesty. I don't know if we want to over the Death Toucher when we have double dominance. So yeah, Majesty is definitely playable, but we'll take the combo card. And here's another one. Yeah, we'll double that up. Here's a Druid we can take. I like that over the Chill. Wow, there's going to be some cuts. Like, we're not playing these games. No way. Another Bone to Ash, a Rejuvenator. Holy moly. Let's look at curve for this one. Oh, but I've screwed up my curve. So that's 4. We're pretty low at 4. And we're pretty high at 3. So I'm actually going to take the bone. And a spider might also join in at 4. Rabid bite this late? Wowie. Can't really use that. No red splash that we care about. No uncommons. I guess we'll take this. Just maybe. Titanic growth. No white splash. Here we go. This is just straight up on color. And again, we can do that. Uncomfortable chill, totally playable. And boy, do we have some cuts. Which is good, because I need a little snack break. So I'm going to give you the deck to look at. And without putting up the Be Right Back screen, I'll play you some music. And I'm going to go make a little snack. And I'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes. All right. Changes. Well, I'll let the track finish, but I'm not sold on any of them per se. But this does look okay to me. Do we need, are we trying to win with corrosion? Or we just ditch it? Put in a chill or something. Hey, Banana Jack. Yeah, I don't think that's where we're headed here. And Highland Games, yeah, I suppose bring in something to do on 2 makes some sense. I like Bone to Ash in this format. It was a little too slow in previous ones, but I would I could cut 1. I wouldn't though. What would I cut? I'll do it because chat seems to think that's the cut. But I like to think about what I would have done. Maybe you'd add the axe. I don't want to add the axe. What does it do for us? Where is the axe going to win us a game that we were going to lose without it? I'm having trouble envisioning that game. You'd have to be like, oh, well, they had high toughness and the axe allowed us to attack through when we couldn't attack otherwise, you know? Static is down with this. Yeah, let's call it. Now let's check the mana. 6, 7, 8, 9 green, 7, 8 blue. Green has a little more early requirements in the Druid and the Highland games. And the double green here and here. So yeah, I like the green with the, excuse me, having a soda. Now I'm going to burp the rest of the day. There we go. We won't play it. Recollect is okay if you're getting the axe is in. What? No, it's not. Oh, the axe is in. I thought I accidentally put it in. Yes, technically in. I got some updating to do on my ticker there. Not too much, unfortunately. Stupid record. This is M19 best of 1. All right, let's kill it. Crush it. Keep it. Oppo has mulliganed. So we've got Windmage into Bone to Ash. Or Rex Sage if they come up with something worthwhile. Well, I don't know about worthwhile, but it's something. Thank you for the scene reminder. We'll go to battlefield mode. Oh. Chill. My Chillbringer meme was left in the on position, so you get a free Chillbringer. There may be better stuff, but whatever. Let's just take it out. My limit on mulligans and standard, that's a funny way to phrase it. I think you kind of mean how conservative am I, because it's going to be case by case. But I would say that I am inclined these days to keep. I keep a lot of risky hands, and as a result, I have maybe an increased number of non-games, but I think it increases my win percentage to accept a greater quantity of non-games in the pursuit of, overall win percentage. I could leave shields down on Bone to Ash, but I want Oppo to do something. If they can, like, kill a creature at instant speed, that would make me sad there. But they're not doing anything. And that's just game. How do they win from there? Fire on Ice observes that mulliganing and limited is overrating, but it might change with the new rule, though. That's absolutely true. It's looking like the new mulligan rule will change up how we think about things, at least. I don't know if it'll make me mulligan more or less. Feels like it'll make me mulligan more. We don't really have a 2-spell turn, and Doomed Dissenter unfortunately gets to trade with either of those. That's not great. I'm just going to start going into the air, see if we can get him in the air over the course of the next couple turns. We could give him a 2-2 to get him to 4, though. Then it doesn't really change the clock all that much, but these are not going to do anything on the ground. We do have Declared Dominance, though, which clears the way for the other creatures, so I'm not going to trade. Because we have 2 Declared Dominances, I'm going to not offer that up. No, the new mulligan rule is only confirmed to be tested at the Pro Tour. But it's not like they came up with the rule yesterday and then said, hey, let's test it at the Pro Tour. It means they've been testing it heavily and extensively in R&D and have decided that it is promising / good enough to warrant real-world testing. We're just going to keep going wide here and try to find a way through. If we draw a spell, we get to pump the mages, and that'll help as well. I don't want to send in until we feel a little bit better about this situation. Yeah, on paper it looks like a great change, and the fact that it's made it as far as getting to us means really that R&D thinks it's a great change and are hoping that it plays out that way. Let's put it this way. Is there a... I don't know how many times they've done it, but I think it's pretty unusual. Oh, there we go. And we drew the card that made me want to not trade with stuff. But I think it's pretty... Hold on, I don't want Oppo to think I'm slow rolling. Let's solve this, and then I'll get back to that thought. You're going to have to help me remember what it is, though, because I can't remember things for more than 5 seconds at my age. Do we have a good... I think it's just win, right? Like, because it does create a lure, so we just need to put it on a ground creature. We put it on the Death Toucher and send in. I get paranoid because I haven't played this set in so long, and when I played it before, I was making mistakes all over the place because I presumed I know what cards did, so I'm going to try and be a good boy and do my reading. Yeah, anyway, Fanatic Guru, what I was going to say is... I can't remember a time where Wizards has... put forth something like this and then abandoned it, you know? I think killing all 5 seems good. That's a fun way to win a Magic game. Yeah, I would fully expect the London Mulligan to be the new normal. Because here's the thing, almost no matter what, unless you let people like go hand select their 6 card or lower hand, almost anything you do to create a random, a random hand that then becomes N cards or whatever is worse than just keeping 7, right? So as long as mulliganing stays worse than keeping, they should make mulliganing as good as it can possibly be. Does that make sense? Maybe not possibly. You don't want combo decks, you don't want mulliganing to be so good that combo decks run rampant because they can mulligan with abandon and find their parts. But again, and that's where I think it falls under the, it does need to be, it needs to fit in with, with the way things work though. But yeah, I do fully expect London Mulligan to affect deck building as well, but not in a way that breaks Magic or makes it worse. It probably is a nice boost to combo decks, and I guess if they didn't keep it, it would be because it revealed itself to be super problematic in combo-y formats, But yeah, for limited and standard, I agree with Stratic. For limited and standard, it's a no-brainer for the good. The only question is about older formats like modern and legacy. I agree. All right, let's get back in here, though. Thank you for the cheer. Appreciate that, Cincy. We'll keep this. Got some stuff to do. Got our splash land even. It's certainly a foul-sounding orchard. We'll lead with the Wind Mage. We decided not to. We have enough win conditions that we're winning with actual attacking, not milling. Two to the bottom, that's good for us to see. They may be digging for lands, not sure. We kind of are too with our excellent 6s waiting. Hoping to find a spell, and then we could attack in and kind of get them in combat. We're still going to offer the trade, though. I know we have the Symbiont, or not Symbiont, that green sorcery. But I think I like a Clear Sky if we can get it. And the Spider gets to block the Wind Mage, and they need 2 spells for it to be able to eat the Spider, so I think we'll risk it if they swing in here. Yeah, Corrosion's not in here. I have the list here anyway. I understand that Deckmaster's not showing that anymore or whatever, but I got it here. Alright, we've got our 6 mana now, so we'll be able to deploy both of these guys. Am I missing something? I was not expecting that block at all. I will take it. I was really thinking ahead about how we were going to have to trade one of our great flyers for their marginal flyer for the Marauder's Axe, which is, you know, we could have played our axe and didn't, and my argument was that it doesn't add enough to our win percentage. It just helps us win more when we have creatures that can attack. But, you know, you do get these combat situations where the extra power does change things. We're gonna start on Scholar and maybe get their last card with Symbiont, depending on how the next turn goes. Yeah, well, they were tapped out, which is why I was like, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Oppo here exactly. I don't want to trade the dagger back for that Highland game. So yeah, we'll just do the Scholar and pass. Essence Scatter seems great, and we'll follow with the Oracle. Can't leave Scatter up and cast one of these, though, so somewhat mana inefficient. But I think it gets us there eventually. They may put the axe on the Drake, in which case we'll, yeah, have to make one of those trades, and then the Symbiont can come down and do some work. Blue-green tempo implies that I'm specifically trying to set back opponents on mana without setting them back on cards, and I don't think we're necessarily doing that, but we are casting creatures and trying to get them through, you know, like, it's not... I could also Oracle and hope to find another land to keep the scatter up. That might be worth doing. The problem case, and I am going to offer the Scholar here. We have a good flyer behind. Ah, Titanic Growth. Dece. So now I'm just going to do this and maybe try and trade off the, or have the Symbiont for the air battle incoming. It doesn't get their last card, but it gets us another nice flyer out. I'm going to play that land. This is our last shields down on Essence Scatter, so we'll see if Oppo can come up with something. I almost, you know, yeah, we'll see if they have a... Well, let's try the Spider. Let's see if the Spider can get there. It does. Ah, but they get a nice... does it lose abilities? No, so they get the ability... Not much we can do. They're going to get some wishing on... and unfortunately now the... Symbiont doesn't even have an attack. Oh, I guess it does with a dwindle. So let's... It still flies, but we should dwindle it. And then if they choose to block, they lose it for the wish aspect. So at least that's good. And they got to spend mana to effectively... play it, and then we do have the scatter. Oh yeah, we don't want to... We do not want you mirroring that Djinn, thank you. And that means they can't activate it, so that's good. Play Oracle next turn, but it just gets traded off with the Highland game. Maybe play the Thornhide instead. Are they racing? I don't... Okay. No blocks. Is it? The axe is done some corner case work in the flyer v flyer situation, but that was like it at its best in a control. Like, I like it just naturally in decks where you have small creatures that you want to be aggressive with. But yeah, I know you're winking too, Slug, but you're winking, but a lot of people have maybe having that thought. I guess we don't need to do that yet. We've cast our black spell. See what this brings. Yeah, it does that correctly. It was there was some other scenario where I really needed it to not be the way it was, you know, like and we trade there. Sure, because the Oracle would just trade with the other Highland game anyway. Eight mana. We have Thornhide plus Windmage, or Windmage plus Bone to Ash, but not Thornhide and Bone. I think a flying creature is one of the few ways we lose this game, so I'm going to play the flyer and keep up Bone to Ash. Doesn't stop removal. Obviously, removal on the Sibiant, our flyer, is another way we could lose, but I like extra pressure in the air here. And Oppo is bricking on the Djinn. Did you wish for more land? You need to really figure out how to phrase those wishes, or, you know, it doesn't go well. Now we have Wolves and Bone to Ash. That's cool. Last shot. Final wish. Not enough. Alright. Another notch to the good. Oops. We are not 21-0. Thank you, Hanthor. Claim that prize. Jump back in. My family doesn't agree on much, but I think one of the four things we all agree on is that these are awesome. That these are like our favorite candy. The Cadbury Easter mini eggs. It's like the M&M done right. Yeah, we'll keep this. I was saying it was deja vu because we see this again and couldn't remember it was the same opponent, and then we drew the Rex Sage for the true deja vu. Yeah. There's enough life gain synergies in black-white that we should take the opportunity to trade with things that have lifelink, I think. And again, they might have other stuff, but I'm going to take the Rex Sage on the known target. Yeah, we'll take that action. punching is so much better than fighting. If we play the druid, we can do nothing else. But that gives us at least 5 next turn. However, 5 doesn't do anything for us, and we don't have the black yet for the Symbiont, even if we draw land. And that makes me want to... I guess we would have Rabid Bite plus Wind Mage if we do that. But Giant Spider stops Oppo's current board, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. But let's go no on the attacks here. Similar spot, but the spider's holding them back, so now we'll take some time and... Ooh, look at the... Hard to tell is green, but cool looking card. Interesting. This seems like +2, +1 the team. With that coming, I'm going to say... If we do this, and then we take 15... Or, sorry, we take 12... If we put... We could put 2 on like this, though, and then... It dies, and it can't... No, then they just get to take out the spider, though, right? And I don't want to trade the spider off. I'm going to do this and see if they want to use it now. Is that right? It's such an obvious inspired charge. I'm just trying to figure out the right way to try and beat it. And I think it's not risking the spider, since the spider was preventing this attack before. So I'm going to block like this. They either need to use it and get the damage in, or just accept the... Oh, make a stand. Interesting. It's a little better for us. We have more life. Almost to the growth, but not quite. We can dagger back and rabid bite, although it doesn't really matter. I guess we save the rabid bite. I guess we save the rabid bite and just go ahead and play the wind mage. If they have another pump, we may want to protect ourselves against that. No worries, Tenno. Mini eggs are indeed amazing. I think I am going to rabid bite one of these tokens because we have a pretty good hand to go long with. We just don't want to lose to an inspired charge or another one of those pump spells. So we're gonna have the spider fight. Since they might be able, do we have bounce? Don't think we ended up with a bounce spell. So since we don't have bounce, I'm gonna kill a token. That way, if they have a reanimation spell, they don't have a creature in the graveyard to get back with it, or at least they don't have a better creature to get back with it. That's the kind of thing you maybe want to save the Rec Sage for. I'm going to go ahead and make a trade here. I think we are in a life race. We're just in a stabilization race here, so I'm trying to prevent as much damage as we can, especially given that bonds. And this is good, because now we can cast the Symbiont, get rid of that final card, and should be stable unless they draw something. Great, and that was in fact, their reanimation spell. And with them completely out of action, let's go ahead and go for it. See if that holds up. Theo's Chocolate is a Seattle company. Play that. I suppose there's some stuff we're dead to, but we're going to make them have it and block everything. Yeah, Theo's has a great tour. If you're ever in Seattle and you love yourself some chocolate, take the... Before you get here, like, you have to get tickets in advance and stuff, but it's kind of like all-you-can-eat chocolate at a boutique chocolate shop. I want to say chocolate manufacturer, but that sounds so cold and heartless when it comes to chocolate. A chocolatier? Whatever. Yeah, maybe chocolatier is the correct phrasing. Yep. That'll do it. On to 3-0. Maybe they're called Wonkas. All right, we're going to add that to our gem grind. I just like to track every spare, draft, every gem that comes our way. And M19 actually gets a 20 gem grind. What do you know? So they do manufacture chocolate at the factory, I guess. I do not know who you are, so go away. That looks like a keep. We get Dagger back, first biting something and then just biting the whole team. Hopefully we don't see a mountain. Okay. Definitely going to be trying to bite that courser. And we can drop the game as well, so that's good. We'll do Rapid Bite on the flyer. We'll play the game, and then with the second Basilisk already in hand, we can also try to trade this one off for the boar. Yeah, war looks super interesting, looks super complicated, which is right up my alley. Maybe. We'll see how much I time out and how many fuses I have to deal with in war. But it certainly looks like it has some interesting gameplay. I hope Wizards nailed it. We're going to say, sure, you can have that. We got bigger stuff coming. Land would be nice. Quasi-land. We'll go ahead and cast that. Well, let's make them think about it. Maybe they'll stay back in the face of the... At least with the boar, and then if we draw land, we can consider the declared dominance play, depending on what they leave back. But if we can get a 2-for-1 or better out of a Declare Dominance next turn, I'm definitely going to do it. And it looks like we may be getting that. I'm going to offer this trade here. With 2 Daggerbacks and an Uncomfortable Chill, we're just going to sit back here. It also looks like we're stuck on land, which we are, which may mean make Oppo more aggressive. Oh, this could be very good for us. Hello, friends. I'd like you to meet your graveyard. We have Cowl Gain. We have just Dominance Go. You know, Dominance Do It. But actually, like, I'm going to go with Cowl Game here. Set up a little longer plan here. We've gotten them down to 1 card plus this Talons. And I think we can build out this board, and then Declare Dominance is just going to win the game. I'll send in one of these. Doesn't look like they want to trade for the Daggerback, so we can send one and keep one. Now we get into Dominance. Now it's a pretty clean Dominance here. It's a 2-for-2, but a very important one that should just win us the game. Scholar, fine here, but we can start with sending in, yeah, both of these. We'll trade. Keep the road clear. Yeah, we'll leave one of those available. I mean, it can just be an expensive combat trick. I mean, expensive aura, basically, for a one-turn aura. All right, cruising along. 4-0 and on the march. Dominance is quite a card. It's not, doesn't do much on defense, but if you can set up any kind of attack, woo-wee. Yep, looks good. Sorry, checking some multitasking, checking email, playing Magic, etc. One land away from being able to turn 4 a Baloth. Not yet, it looks like. I'm gonna go with the Flyer. Might even offer it for the Pride Mate. Life gain is real, and that card, yeah, they clearly have it, or they would have, you know, they don't want to risk their dude either. Essence Scatter is a thing that we could be concerned about here, to the point that I think I'll offer the Thornhide Wolves instead of the Baloth. They are similar creatures, but this one is a little worse, so if we're going to get Essence Scattered, I'll offer the slightly worse one in this spot. Nope, it was anticipate. The ramp here is pretty important. Ramping has allowed us to get our 5s online a turn early on the play, and that's going to be really tough for this deck to deal with. Although looks like they did. Guess we dwindle here on the Pridemate. It might grow to the point that it actually starts getting power again, but that's going to be a while, so... Oh, Rob, it was a heartbreaker, but, you know, it was a great match. One of the best matches I've enjoyed on stream so far. And I say enjoyed because I don't want to suggest that, like, I played like a master, but it was a very enjoyable game. And he kept just the right counter magic up in just the right spots and squeezed it out. Just like a pro. Okay, with Daggerback in hand and Oppo tapped out, we'll go ahead and play the Daggerback here and try to set up growth next turn. If we have a free and clear growth, I think it's going to be tough. Because we just get to make a 9/9 Death Toucher. I guess they can just... And it has Trample? Yeah, that's... they kind of need Cancel here. They might have it. I'm still kind of inclined to play it safe in the face of Cancel mana when we have an onboard advantage. Maybe I'll start with the Oracle here to see if we get a response or if there's a pause. Okay, no pause at all. So that makes me feel much safer, and we'll just go ahead and do it next turn. Yeah, Disperse could be an example, but it wouldn't have... It seems like they do not have an instant for blue, or black. A 3-mana instant. And that's great, because now that's just free and clear, and we're just gonna wreck. Yeah, this is kind of disgusting. I'm just going to attack with everything. It's a little reckless. The Guardian can eat something, but this 9/9 Death Touch Trampler just causes so many problems for Oppo that I didn't even stop to think about it. I just said, here you go. Especially if them tap down to 1, so they have maybe a white +2/+2 style combat trick, but nothing else possible. And also with Trample, the Pridemate can't even block the Daggerback with any effectiveness at all because it will die before damage is dealt, and the Basilisk has Trample. I don't think I've left myself exposed to a 20-point turn, but I guess we'll find out. Well, not a 20-point turn, but they did get to do that. However, Rabid Bite should just do it, unless they put up a flyer right now. Because Rabid Bite's going to turn the Wind Mage into a 3/3. I mean, it just doesn't even matter. All right, snuck it in there. Setting them up and knocking them down. All right, we've reclaimed... We didn't get any gems from our 1,500 investment in the traditional, but we spent 5,000 gold and we've already got 650 back on this one. So that's a nice push back on the dent to our monies that we expended earlier. And maybe we can push this to 7 and get the full 950. Or is it 900? It's 9 something. I mean, there comes a point, East, where an aura is good enough. And when you have... I mean, think of that as the creature. How about think of it as a... what if it was a 7/7 trampler for 6, and you had to, you know, it's bigger than that. That's the thing. It's worth the risk, though, right? It's just worth the risk. We're going to keep this. We don't have blue yet, but we'll get there. If you have the answer, you can punish. It's still punishable like any auras. It's just the upside for not getting punished is so sky high that it starts to make the value proposition worth it. We really want an island off the top here. Be great to sift. No island, but at least we do have a spell to cast. That's a lot of black for a not black deck. We have declared dominance. I'm going to say no attacks, and we'll see if we can't get declared dominance turn in with the basilisk that... we can't even do the trick because we didn't find... We can do nothing. We can cast 0 cards in hand. So maybe this is the time to throw in a full control bluff, or a control bluff. I just want Oppo to... I guess it's going to let us tap... No, it won't, though, right? If you don't have any place to spend this mana, it's not going to do what you want with it. Seahorse, I'm sure most of this chat does, but just what you got to do is name some... I mean, if you type the name of a card, people will tell you, but also there's plenty of sites where you can just go enter the name of your card and see how much it's valued at online. Or, yeah, you can even use my, people were looking, there's an extension for Chrome called Auto Card Anywhere. If you Google that, you can, and you use Chrome, you can install an extension that will actually let you roll over card names on any website, and it'll pop up the magic relevant stuff. Well, we have 3 sources of black in the deck. There they are. We have 8 sources of blue, and there they aren't. I really don't want to lose to this deck, but we have the mana we have here. I think it was correct to give it a shot. Unfortunately, this Falcon is going to be able to attack, right? It's not summoning 6, so we're about to do the declared dominance. If that Falcon would hold back, this would be, we would recover from this okay. But a 4/5 in the air is still going to be there even after we dominance, assuming they come up with the attack. Seahorse, I do buy magic cards. If you literally have Jihads in good condition, I would buy them from you. No, he's joking around. Old cards in good condition are worth bank, but they need to be some specific cards, and they need to be in good condition. But again, Seahorse, it's trivial to look up how much a Jihad is worth. Like, you asking chat is the wrong way to go about it. Go to tcgplayer.com and look up prices as you will. And if you're interested in, if anybody's interested in selling Magic cards, you can contact me at goingoptimal@gmail.com, and we can discuss how we might go about that. This is, again, a big problem. We kind of need our fight card with a Death Toucher, but we'll assume that that's going to happen eventually, and that right now what we need to do is kill these enchanters. If you find old cards in the dumpster, it's possible they're counterfeit too. I mean, honestly, finding specifically 4 Jihads and only 4 Jihads specifically in a dumpster is a very fishy Magic story to me, but weirder things have happened. Here we go. Rabid Bite off the top, and then we're basically stable, except not knowing what's up here. Rabid Bite, Rabid Bite, Rabid Bite, Rabid Bite. Yeah, I love old cards in particular, so... Yeah! Called for it! It worked, people! It worked! Oh my god! We're still, like, practically dead, but that was cool. Now, one time works once, at least, at some point. Don't think there's anything in green or white that really stops this, unless... Is there instant speed fight that they could fight the... I don't know. Ah, there you go. That stops it. Nothing in white that stops it, eh, Ryan? How about that? You even got your one time, and still you're going to lose. Too bad. Here comes an Aura and GG. Well, I'm excellent at calling what's about to happen, apparently. And unfortunately, I called my loss. Finally took one there, but not too bad. Yeah, generally blue-green is pretty well equipped for that, even despite not having hard removal, but Aura decks, you know, bounce and fight are all good against that stuff. Love this opener. That's a little concerning if they come right down with the 2/2 Aura, just to punish my long-standing loathing of such things. Of course, here I am again, telling you exactly what's going to happen and how annoying it's going to be. Come on. Not like this, deck. Not like this. We just need one of our 2 Basilisks by 3, and we'll at least have an answer to that. That is not one of them, though. Hopefully we scatter whatever they try here and find a Death Toucher. Yeah, apparently, my 5-0 deck can't handle the consensus worst archetype in the format. So there you go. That's magic, though. Sift. Probably more important than Uncomfortable Chill. Uncomfortable Chill reduces the damage to 2. We might just die to a pump spell if we don't. If we reduce our damage to 2, we go to 6, and then we untap facing at least a 4/5 and a 2/2. And then at that point, hopefully we've drawn our land, and then we're playing a Baloth that just lives. I guess that's actually, like, we need to find a land on top. Yeah, I think we need to chill. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Can't stop it. I guess we... Seahorse, I believe what I see. Send me some pictures. Scan the cards and send them to me at goingoptimal@gmail.com, and I will literally make you an offer. That's when I believe it's real. Lots of people can type magic card names in and say them. But again, you know, I'm wondering what your motives are here, because if you truly just wanted to understand the value of those cards, you don't need us for that. You just need any of the million websites we've told you about. Candelabra of Tawnos in mint condition. The median price on that is almost $900. But that's mint. Again, condition is everything on these old cards. I think we did, yep. Anything we can do? No, we're dead. Okay. Happens. Yeah, for some reason our kick-ass deck has bashed its face into a couple of aura decks that happen to have what they need. That's this high risk, high gain of auras. It's going to do that to you sometimes, but I'm a pretty tilty gamer sometimes, and I'm trying to make sure I contain myself in spots like that. It's, you know, when you're a above average Magic player, which I think I can safely claim with my win percentage, it's easy to get bitter and frustrated about losing to strategies, decks, or players that you have worked out seem to be worse than you. But it's the beauty of this game that players are both compelled to play things that are worse strategies than what you've come up with, and that they can still win with them sometimes, and it's all part of what makes this game amazing. And I have to let the aura loss go and say, great, I'm glad I'm getting the chance to punish those types of decks. They're going to beat me sometimes, but I'm more often than a typical deck going to be able to punish them. But from a win percentage standpoint, what is really punishing a deck? If I go from a 60% win rate to a 62% win rate against auras or something like that, you know, it's like... Yeah, they're fun to play. It's fun, especially for new players, to build battle cruisers. It's a little nerve-wracking, but we're on the draw, so we have time to find some land. Nice draw of the Druid here. Hope it doesn't get scattered. It does not. Now this situation I like. I think this is looking more like our previous type of games where we can hopefully get down a giant spider, get down a Rock's Oracle, maybe find some other stuff, and basically work our way towards this dominance with enough defense that Oppo's creatures will all be untapped, and maybe we can find one of our Death Touchers, because the Death Toucher plus dominance has been really what's solidified our 5 wins more than anything else here. Right on, Oni. Doing anything fun? How long? Week long? Good job, Spider. Well, You know, I'm not going to be greedy. We have another dominance. Let's just use the spider to 2 for 1 here. 1.5 for 1. The Sky Scanner replaced itself, so it's not a big deal. Mobius, thank you for the host. Star Wars Con put on by Disney. Cool. Where's that? Is that California? Where is that? You flying somewhere? Must be LA. Chicago. Interesting. I would have guessed California. I suppose Chicago's allowed to have stuff. Now I kind of don't want to do the dominance thing, though. We can sift and find a 2-drop. I'm just going to Oracle. Ah, so it used to be where I expected it to be. If they play a blue creature, then maybe Guardian attacks. Maybe I should have just played Scholar. No, I didn't have Scholar. I played Oracle. I was like, why didn't I play Scholar? Because I didn't have it yet. That's why. That smells like Bone to Ash to me, or at least something... I don't want to cast valuable spells into 4 cards and 5 open mana. But now I think I will try the Dwindle. Maybe I don't need to... Yeah, I'm going to do the Dwindle, then the Oracle, and the Spider can attack. But don't do that, man. Do this. Sensei's Divining Top is a decent one. Sorry, what am I doing here? We are looking to attack now. I get chat distracted. Can even send in the Druid if we're not going to spend the mana, and we're not, so we'll do that. I mean, they could have something to punish attackers. This might be a Divine Verdict. Alright, we'll play the Highland game. Rob, because in the universe simulation that we're in, you're a comic relief character and not a main part, sorry. So that hurt, but I still think we look great. Like we got what, 4 for 1 or whatever, but I still feel fine. This is the question is what to cast first, and I think it's going to be Sift so that we can get this. Could do Wind Mage and then Sift triggers it. No, this spends our mana. We'll do this, and we will discard Highland Game, even though we could cast that, right? We haven't played land yet, so we could cast the Highland Game, but it's pretty non-important. It's the worst card here. We'll get rid of it. I think we can beat that, and that certainly helps. We'll go 2 3s here. Instead of the 6, if they play more stuff or don't want to attack in here, we get the Declare Dominance play. Flyer, flyer, flyer. Yes, good choice, good choice. Of course, allows Oppo to do that. So maybe we don't get it, and right now we'll do stabilization play of the Scholar. I feel like they might have counters, but we got to Got to get on with it here. There's a counter of our own. We don't need that land. Yeah, I'll keep the counter. That'll be useful if this game goes long. I hope it doesn't come to that, but... Oh. All right, Oppo, stop that. Stop that, stop that, stop that. Unfortunately, we don't have Wind Mage plus Bone to Ash as a play, but I didn't think we were going to need it. I thought we were going to be okay, is the thing. Now, instead, we need to play the Wind Mage, hope it resolves, and hope we get to untap and grow it. I guess we're attacking... I guess we need to at least threaten to trade with the mage on the ground. I don't really want to, but I would at this point. Can't mess around. We're... Gosh, went to... Such a great start. Oh, here, I gotta update my record anyway. Hopefully this... I don't update the loss column again, this event. Actually, I won't no matter what, because we'll just quit if that's the case. So now, this looks to me like... they're screaming that they have the pump spell, and we have to block because we're just dead to the pump spell. So we'll do this and... Alright. That surprises me. I thought +2/+1 the team is what we were going to see there. So... Is this enough to win this race? We put... Yeah, we do. We get a 9 in now, and then we get +3 next turn. So we gotta hope they have absolutely nothing, but this should be enough if they have absolutely nothing. All right, they're looking. That's not it. All right, I think we're good. They need, like, negate. I don't know if negate's in the set, but we're gonna try and win. Boom! Wow. How indeed. And up to 6 wins. Love a good 6 wins, because now, like, who isn't happy with a 6-3? Like, now we just get to take whatever comes in this game and be really happy with how this day has gone, or at least how this day has recovered. We had an amazing match against Reed that ultimately led to an unfortunately gemless prize, prize pool, but it was worth it for the amazing game. And maybe we'll 7-win our second M19 draft in 2 tries. No green, we go first, and we're way far away. I mean, if there's a forest on top, of course we're thrilled, but we can't risk it. We gotta mulligan this. We'll keep this and hope that they aren't a fast deck and keep the source of green. Well, that's fast, I guess, but it's not something I'm generally very afraid of. We'll see if they can leverage that for good effect here. Well, aggro white-blue is not the opponent we wanted to see when mulliganing and trying to make our way to a turning point. But at least the 3-drop wasn't a huge beater. It did turn on this Prodigy, though. Wow, this is bad. Having to sift now is not what we wanted to do. But maybe we can find some answers. Symbiote, we're lots riding on the symbiont. Symbiont is a weird word, but there it is. What do we need least here? We have 5 lands, but we need 6 to ensure the psychic. We have 2 ground creatures. It may be that the Thornhide Wolves actually is the least important here. Yeah, I think Thornhide is the least important card here. At least they're not adding to the pressure this turn. Unless they play another Prodigy. Okay, good. So we have a short reprieve. What are we casting? We're casting a 5 this turn. For casting... No, we're not casting the 5, so we can play the tap. Because we're playing the 3. It's true, the wolf is bigger, but Basilisk... It looks like they're going to deal with the Basilisk anyway. Yeah, maybe the wolf would be better here. We'd be blocking right now. And the Dominance is going to get a lot of stuff dead, regardless of whether it's Basilisk or Wolves. Now we got to decide whether we're even making that block. Yeah, I guess we are. We're going to make this block and then try to get the Symbiont to get us stable. But given that we knew we needed to block the next turn, but then we would have had to ditch the Basilisk anyway. But still, we'd rather have a live wolf than a dead Basilisk, I suppose. We got the black, so we can do this. And hope this is enough to survive? Maybe it was one of these two that we just needed creatures, but I don't know. Oh, Rabid Bite's excellent. That's going to help us. But this needs to survive. We can't win if the 3/3 goes down. In fact, we lose on the spot, so that's not exactly controversial. Nothing too much we care about there. We'll take the flyer. +2, +1. No. Oh, perfect. I was just say a creature is perfect because then we have a block. You know, we have a block and a bite. Then if we can... Oh... Really, Oppo? Why are they slow rolling me? Are they doing it to just make that happen to my face? Maybe. Maybe they're just being careful, making sure there's nothing, but like, what? Of course you do that. Yeah, Dominance then, unfortunately, they can't block the, they can't block anything, but we if we had growth, we could at least make it big, which is too bad. You don't think it's a slow roll in this situation to tank for 10 minutes on whether to bone to ash my creature? That may be fair. But how do they... I mean, you still have to try. Like, what are you not... What are you not... how are you not doing that? But we're not dead. We still might get out of this. They got a lot of cards, though. Highly unlikely that we'll survive this, given their card advantage. But I'm at 2 life. I don't think there's any question you bone to ash anything. Bad manners. And let's see. We need a ground dude so that these guys are forced to block on the ground. So we dwindle. Can we 4, 5, 6? But we can't. No, we got to dwindle. There's a lot of legendary creatures, Seahorse, so you have to be more specific. And so it ends. A little rough. Feel like I got worked over by some unfortunate circumstances, but so it goes. 6-3 is great. We converted a bunch of gold to some gems. I thought I was going to get to 7 when we started off 5-0. You know, I feel like I can win, 2 out of 4 or whatever, but we came up a little short on finding 7. But 6-3, yes, is always great. 850 gold gems and a pack to crack. Extra long stream today in celebration of my extra awesome viewers and my extra populous viewers, thanks to some hosts and raids from Reed Duke, Professor Knox, and Mobius, and I really appreciate that from all of them.